Hey everyone. Before we get started with the podcast this week, I just wanted to take a moment to honor the passing of a modern legend in skydiving and base jumping this past week, Mr. Vincent Raffet. To the general public, he was a soul flyer. He was, of course, a jet man, and he was responsible for some of the most spectacular air sports stunts ever performed. For those in skydiving and base jumping, he was an always outgoing, excited guy showing his huge passion for his sport, always welcoming, and always with an enormous smile for everybody that came his way. To Fred and to Agnes and his family and all his friends around the world, I offer my most sincere and heartfelt condolences, and I'd like to offer a moment of silence and a blue skies for Mr. Vincent Raffet.
Choose life, choose a sport, choose a drop zone, choose a start time, choose a fucking big jump plane, choose turbine engines, speed, unlimited altitude, and endless horizons. Choose height, no low turns, and travel insurance. Choose jump tickets, choose tiny action cameras, choose your mates, choose a rig and matching helmet, choose swoop shorts and a range of fucking fabrics, choose 120 vertical speed and wondering who the fuck you are on a Sunday morning. Choose sitting on that couch, watching debriefs, spirit-saving slow-mos, smashing beers after last load. Choose standing on the podium at the end of it all. Choose a win you'll love every time. And the reasons? There are no reasons. Who needs reasons when you fly NZ Aerosports?
Of course, I absolutely love the NZ Aerosports business model. I mean, come on. One glance at an Icarus fuck yeah sticker and you know it lines up perfectly with the fucking pilot mentality. But outside their wonderful use of colorful language and a great company vibe, there's a long list of reasons to say NZ Aerosports, fuck yeah. NZ Aerosports blows me away right out of the gate as a canopy manufacturer with a bold offer. They give you 10 jumps on your brand new nylon to decide if you want to keep it, swap it out, or even return it for a refund. I mean, seriously, how incredible is that? That's like getting halfway through a prom and deciding you prefer the slightly racier date that goes down faster. Seriously, they do that. If you're not madly in love with your new canopy after 10 jumps, they'll let you swap it out for another size or model or even get your money back. And the range of canopies they've got? Man, they've got a style canopy to fit every jumper and every situation with models you know and trust, like the Sapphire 3, the perfect choice for the beginner or intermediate canopy pilot. The Crossfire 3, when you're ready to kick it up that elliptical notch. The JFX 2, if you're looking to up your new swoop game. The Leia as the workhorse and dirtwater dirt beast, or the Petra. The Petra cranks out crazy power and is nothing short of a record breaker. But hey, it's not always about speed either. Take the Kraken. Built as a low pack volume canopy specifically with wingsuiting in mind, she gives you all the performance you're looking for with the reliability you need that'll have you itching for that next formation, rodeo, or puffy cloud. So the equipment is top of the line kick-ass stuff as you already know, but how about the team? Well, the customer service gang is there to sort you out whenever you need them. Maddie and Beto are always there to help with Jen holding the reins. They're available for you at sales@nzaerosports.com, and they've got a kick-ass live chat tool on the website if you're wanting to hit someone up right away. These are the crew you're going to want to talk to get those custom orders in. With the stock nylon, once you know what you want, they'll have that shit on a FedEx truck as soon as the credit card machine says approved and get you in the air in no time. For your custom orders, you'll be able to get a time frame for building and shipping when you design it, so get to it. And demos. They've got demos in the US available from their partner Rock Sky Market. The whole US demo fleet is there with Sapphire 3, Crossfire 3, Kraken, JFX 2, and Leia canopies in a range of sizes. They also offer student and tandem demos in the US. Bottom line, every step of the way, NZ Aerosports is there to get you what you need, and I personally couldn't be happier to be teamed up with them here on Lunatic Fringe. Hell, they've even got a special offer for all you Lunatic listeners out there. Just head to pages.nzaerosports.com/into the void. That's pages.nzaerosports.com/into the void and follow the instructions to register a website account with them. You'll score a discount voucher with $20 towards any purchase over $200. I mean, come on. You know you're going to shop with NZ Aerosports, so grab a little extra cash towards that buy and enjoy. The offer is good until the 31st of December, and the voucher's good for 3 months, so go register now. And now, time to get started with Lunatic Fringe Into the Void, brought to you proudly by NZ Aerosports. Fuck yeah.
Coming straight from the cockpit, it's another episode of Lunatic Fringe with the fucking pilot.
Ready, set, go! Back in the can for another edition of Lunatic Fringe Into the Void, and this is going to be a fucking hot, painful one. So let's just dive in. Who the fuck are you and what do you do?
Steve Hubbard. I'm Director of Competition and Records for USPA.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a USPA official.
The man's in the house.
And who the fuck are you?
You guys know me. It's Junior back on with you guys.
Oh, no. This could get weird. A little bit.
We've done something like this before, but
Something.
I think this is going to be worse.
Yeah, but this one actually, we've been planning to do this one for a long time because, Steve, you originally saw, I think, was it a Facebook post I put up of the stupid hot sauces that we had eaten?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was exactly. But it had to be hot sauces that made me message you because I'm a bit of a freak when it comes to this stuff.
Yep. Yep. We got to talking back and forth, and eventually you're like, I have these coming, and you sent me a picture of a hot sauce called Godslayer. For those that don't know, we're talking about really stupid fucking hot sauces that shouldn't be edible. They should be illegal.
They're probably not edible.
Yeah.
Just make them edible.
Yeah. But this one's called Godslayer, and for the aficionados, it's a just over 6 million
6.4, I think.
Scoville.
Yeah.
So it's hot.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about skydiving USPA stuff and then do stupid shit in the middle of it.
Sounds good.
Sounds fitting. So before we jump into the USPA stuff, how'd you get started in the sport?
I was in the military for a little bit. Was airborne in the military. Got out. Was one of those suckers that did a tandem jump every year for way too long. I think I did 11 tandem jumps before somebody finally said, you should probably do AFF. What's AFF? And they told me next week I was in AFF. 9 days later, I had my license.
Nice.
I started in Massachusetts when I started in 2011. So I'm a pup in the sport, but so that's how I started. And then in 2012, I realized that this is something I really want to do more seriously. Moved from Massachusetts to Florida. Live in DeLand now. And I've been there ever since. So
Nice. So you just kind of were all in right away.
I jumped right in. I did 4,000. I'm at just over 4,000 jumps since 2011. So pretty accelerated.
Yeah, getting up there for sure.
Yeah.
You were working for one of the manufacturers as well for a while, weren't you?
Yeah, I did. When I joined, I had an IT job, corporate America, so on and so on. When I moved down to Florida, I kept that vein of job. And then quickly moved in. I started working for Mirage back in like 2013 or 14, and then went from Mirage to Aerodyne and was there for a few years, and then went from Aerodyne to USPA.
Wow. I mean, it's kind of cool that skydiving pulls so many people from so many different professions, and they, basically take them for all the skills that they've got and put them to use in the sport. Because we've got a wide variety of extremely talented people outside of skydiving from the lives that they used to have.
I don't use my IT. So I got a degree in computer science. I don't use any of it at all. It's long gone.
Nice.
I did. It got me to where I am because I was the IT director or manager or whatever the title was at both Mirage and Aerodyne. So that got me to that stage. But
nice.
But now I don't use it at all. So
I'm right there with you, man. I haven't taken my pants off for money in a long fucking time.
I got a few bucks here.
Yeah. Hey, well, maybe after some more wine and hot sauces. So, so you go from all of that and you go to the manufacturer. So you're kind of seeing behind the curtain.
Yeah, I've seen very much so.
Right away. How was that? Because again, as a newer jumper, and even once I'd been in the sport for quite some time, it was a very long time before I started, figuring out what was behind the manufacturing and the people that were making all it possible.
So for me, it was pretty good. I'm a pretty analytical kind of guy, so I always want to know how stuff works and how the sausage is made.
Sure.
I want to see behind the curtains. So it was nice to be. I mean, I think I definitely had less than 500 jumps when I started at Mirage. I mean, I was like brand new, probably less than that. I don't even know. So I was like really a brand new jumper, so to get that behind the scenes look really, I think helped me understand the gear, trust the gear,
sure,
know the gear better.
Sell the gear.
Sell the gear for sure.
Sure.
And being super active. I was doing 500 jumps a year, and that's not work jumps. No, I'm not tandem rated. I'm not anything like that. 500 fun jumps. I was super active.
Sure. Well, you were doing more fun jumps in a year than I have in my career.
Yeah, it was.
At more drop zones.
Yeah, and I would travel all around, especially when I got to Aerodyne. I was their tour rep, for lack of a better.
So you were doing the boogie circuit.
Yeah, I did quite a bit.
Jesus
did like
Christ.
3 years of boogies, I think.
You still remember your name?
I need a reminder every now and again, but and that's how I ended up meeting these guys. Was I met Nicole when she was with Infinity. Yep. At a boogie somewhere in Georgia or somewhere, I think was where and then we became really close friends very quickly, and that led me to this guy.
I mean, you may have gotten started late, but hooking up with this guy and doing the boogie circuit for 3 fucking years, man, you definitely took on the dangerous side of skydiving.
Yeah, it was definitely fun on the boogie circuit for the little bit of time that I was on there. Getting to go around with these guys from drop zone to drop zone was pretty fun.
Oh, it fucking had to be, but I mean, that's just, you're talking an entire summer of over the top.
Yeah, antics, and nonstop every week. I would do probably 10 trips a year to different boogies, and I do all of them. Summerfest and Lost Prairie was me and Nicole's big hit. That was the one trip we looked forward to the most, and that lives up to its name for sure.
Well, those are the boogies that you go to that you're going to a skydiving boogie and maybe you'll jump.
Definitely, it's so like comparing Summerfest and Lost Prairie. Lost Prairie was like the party where you might skydive, and Summerfest is the skydive your ass off and you're going to have an awesome party. It's like very different viewpoints, very different approaches to those two boogies.
I never did a lot of boogies. The only boogies that I was at, I was working.
Yeah.
I never ran around to do the whole bunch of it, but I was different because I got started in the sport working right away. Yeah. So an idea of a vacation for me was not to go do more of what I was doing at home.
And this was work for me though. This wasn't a vacation. This was I would get there and I would be there at sun up all the way down. But of course it was there's more than our fair share of debauchery.
Well, that's when you have to wonder: is that sun going up or going down? Because we've been doing this a while.
Yep. That's happened a few times.
It sounded like a lot of fun. I think I've only been to Summerfest once, and that was only when I went to visit when I was flying for Chicagoland skydiving and just kind of went to see what was going on. But I didn't go and jump, and I couldn't party too hard because I had to fly the whole next fucking day.
Summerfest is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Probably my second favorite event. Lost Prairie is my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Summerfest. Summerfest is definitely one of the top ones in the States.
Nice.
If not the top for me.
Nice. So while we're doing this, should we dive into one of these sauces?
Yeah, we got to pick a low one. Though.
All right, so
start from
pick
the bottom, right?
I want you to pick one of Paul's. So a shout out to Mr. Paul Wetzel, aka Weasel. I used to jump with Weasel back in Las Vegas. We used to do some pretty silly shit, and he went and did something sillier and joined the Army and became an Army helicopter pilot. When he got out a few years back, he became a chef. Jesus Christ,
dude.
Be nice.
Yeah.
Be not. We're just getting started here. Just rub the two together.
Yeah, there you go.
And so now he's become a chef, but he's amazing with these fucking hot sauces and stuff. So he sent me out some of his home brew. So tip of the hat to Mr. Paul Wetzel, old OG skydiver and Army guy.
Oh, I think I just hurt myself.
Dude, this is gonna be hot, man.
Oh, this is the really good smelling one though. All right, here we go. Yeah,
Cheers,
here we go.
buddy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That little cut in the inside of my lips is going to be problematic here really soon. That's got a great flavor to that, doesn't
Very
it?
good, yeah. And not that hot.
No, Paul, the smoky one, I'm telling you, I
good.
said it before, the smoky one is by far the best. So,
Well done, Paul.
so USPA, the belly of the beast, man.
Yeah.
You work for the belly of the beast.
I do. I love it. I love the job. I love the people I work with. I love the responsibility. Just this year's been especially... Hang on 1 second.
Don't feel bad. I got myself too. Holy cow.
This year's been especially tough with COVID and especially in my world. I'm competition, so basically competition across the world has been canceled in all of skydiving. It's all the way from USPA and BPA or British Skydiving up to FAI. The Mondial was canceled this year, postponed to next year. And then eventually USPA board of directors followed suit. back about a month ago, I think the decision was made to cancel nationals for 2020.
There was some real controversy with that, wasn't there?
Oh boy.
That's what I was about to say as well.
I mean,
there
I
was.
remember seeing a few posts going around, and man, people were really polarized. There were some pissed off people on both sides.
Yeah, it was an impossible decision. We were never going to please everybody.
No.
And we did. I mean, I spent, man, I can't even count the hours that I spent on this thing, and it was split pretty much 50-50 down. Like every we did a big survey of all the competitors from 2018 or 2009, to 18 and 19's nationals, like 500 something competitors we surveyed. And it was basically split right down the middle, and the board of directors made their decision.
What side of that did you fall on?
I'm glad they made the decision that they did. Personally, that was my opinion, but I told the competition committee, the board of directors, everybody, top to bottom, that if the decision was made to hold nationals, that I would be there, and
Sure.
and, that's my job. So
I fell on the same side. I'm glad that they did it the way they did it, but not necessarily out of just safety for the competitors and stuff, but the optics.
to me, that's the more important part of it,
Right. So skydivers already have this reputation for being a bunch of crazy motherfuckers, and of course, as the general public is concerned, we're represented by guys flying down the sides of mountains and doing crazy shit. So for us to
I resemble that remark.
Yeah. So for us to then hold this during what's going on, you end up risking having a reputation like Sturgis now has.
Yeah, it would have been seen, I think, at least publicly, and then the counter to that, we faced that discussion as an organization of how's it going to look to the public and so on.
Right.
But then you look at like how much visibility does skydiving truly have in the world, and it's
Sure.
pretty small. Like
It is.
But any press, to me it wasn't worth the risk, and it's not the risk of people getting sick. I don't think believe what you want with this whole thing. Like,
Sure.
I think it could have been done fine. I'm sure we would have been all right, but.
Yeah, no, I still agree with the way that it went. And again, I think you're right. The footprint for skydiving, the optics are pretty small. That being said, they get enough coverage. I mean, and Junior can vouch for this. Every time there's a fucking fatality, business spikes.
Yeah, but that's the
Every time.
Yeah, that's the what's like the extreme nature.
Sure. Well, I hate to say it, but that's what romanticizes skydiving to the general public. Holy shit, this is still dangerous.
So it was interesting, and I don't have the numbers, so don't quote me on this. But from what I understand, since COVID happened, and at least in the States, with the loosening of restrictions very, very quickly, and drop zones are pretty much open now across the country. I don't think there's anybody that's really affected, or that's closed down anyways. And tandems are coming out like never before. People are really like getting on it now.
Well, I think worldwide, because people can't travel pretty much everywhere, all that money that they would have spent on those vacations now. And I think also the big thing is people are realizing with 200 and some odd thousand reported deaths in the U.S. that shit, my number could be up pretty soon.
220 is the last count.
And that's a big thing that you see whenever somebody's mortality is put in the forefront of their mind.
Sure.
That bucket list thing.
The bucket list thing comes out, and they want to do the crazy, wild things. They're going to go scuba diving. They're going to go skydiving. They're going to go
And damn right.
try flying an airplane.
And damn right. Now, meanwhile, skydivers doing everything backwards are all getting married and pregnant.
Not me.
There's going to be coronials everywhere.
Oh, right. And that's all you can coronials. That's all you can fucking call them, man. Yep. It's going to be the huge baby boom of 2020, man.
I think you're going to see
next year,
like we've been saying, babies coming up, divorces going up.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe murders, I'm not really sure.
Yeah. So USPA, you definitely had it hard with that. And I mean, USPA it's the real deal. It's going from a manufacturer to the responsibility involved with the USPA.
It's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, man. Sure. It's a level of professionalism that has to be maintained. And I've given USPA, not so much USPA, but the parachutist side of USPA shit for a long time. Because I've written so long for a magazine that just kind of, doesn't pull any punches, and I get to curse and there's titties in the magazine and all this stuff. And for a while I was annoyed, and then I'm like, no, I get it. Yeah. Okay, parachutist kind of has to be that cookie cutter because they're trying to bring new people in. They're trying to stay respectable. And I get it. But just a nipple now and then? Come on.
You have to ask Laura about that. I don't know. It's not my area of expertise, but I think it's what you said. I think it's the official representation of the organization. And,
Sure.
We work for 40,000 members, and skydiving is what it is, and we know it. But there's another side to it. There's the professional side, and like you said, like bringing new people in, and I think it's a different side of it than the
Sure. Well, and
you're part of.
This is probably just getting older, and 25 years into the sport, you look at it and go, oh yeah, there's more considerations than just trying to have fun and look cool and all this shit. And so you start to see USPA for what it's supposed to be, and stuff like the airport fund and all these different amazing things that they do, which is really spectacular. And you have to get past the whole me bullshit of fuck, I don't want to have to do this registration and that and send this form and dot this I and cross this T, but you realize, oh, there's a reason for it.
Yeah, and I will say that we take huge steps to make that as easy and painless as possible.
Sure.
And over the last, I'd say like probably 2 years, there's been huge progress in that.
Sure.
Like making it like the forms and the fees and all this stuff is first of all, not my department, so I take no responsibility for it. But it's something that I know that we as a staff and certainly directors of the other departments work very hard to minimize the negative impact.
I mean, as an examiner, I've seen the process get smoother and easier. The fact that we can now do stuff online for the first time, and we can verify ratings and get people done everything online instead of having to put in pieces of paper.
Sure. Well,
makes it a lot easier.
My process is easy because I just make you do it every time.
That is true.
Yeah, literally every time I've had to re-up my USPA, I'm like, hey, Junior, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Just do this for me, please. That's it. Yep. Go have fun. So shall we pick another one?
Yep.
All right. So obviously nobody can see.
You need a webcam up here or something.
So we're talking about going
What's this
YouTube eventually. Howler Monkey.
Oh, this is a light one.
Yeah, this is nice. This is nice. We're talking about going YouTube eventually, but we haven't done it yet for a couple of reasons. One of which, technically, I have no fucking clue how to stitch a GoPro video and this audio and do it properly.
Streamlabs OBS. Look it up.
Well, there you go. See? You just asked the right people.
Yep.
But all right, so here's to Howler Monkey. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Yeah, this was mellow.
Yeah, this is like a number 2 or 3 on the show.
This is almost like whatchamacallit? The shit you get at the
Tabasco?
Tabasco, yeah. Mellow.
Yeah,
Super mellow.
That's nothing.
What's another easy one here?
Let me see. Did you do those 2 already?
We did these 2.
The Louisiana one's really good, and paying 100%'s not bad.
So
It's got some zing to it.
We'll back it up with that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we can go to that. So, Junior, how's the you've been rehabbing yourself because you're broken all the time. How's that going?
Rehab's.
First off, tell anybody that hasn't listened how you fucked yourself up and what you're doing to fix it.
Well, I mean, I think it's the original injury was in 2016, where I had a canopy collapse doing XRW for a project.
How the fuck did that happen?
Somebody that was flying the airplane
wingsuiters.
flew in front of us for a photo for the project, and I kind of flew through the wake turbulence off the back of the airplane with Micah Couch attached to me. And I realized that things were going bad when I watched his face his eyes got really big, and next thing I know, I was upside down, flying the opposite way, back again. I took a pretty good hit with the shoulders on the harness.
And what were you flying?
57 Petra.
Jesus Christ.
And I think it was loaded up at 3.6 or 3.7.
57. My bed sheets are bigger than that.
That's nothing.
Yeah. And then just doing AFF instructor training. So doing spin stops and rollovers.
That would do it.
I was doing a bunch of stuff with the one of the militaries in the Middle East, and the guy came in a little bit aggressive and tried to rip my shoulder out of socket.
Jesus Christ.
And in true Skydiver fashion, like we were a little bit short staffed at the drop zone.
Right.
So I kept on working.
Yeah, as you do.
To kind of help out, and it got to the point where it needed surgery.
Fair enough.
So I had torn a couple tendons in my rotator cuff and decided to,
Nice. Now you're doing
pull the trigger,
and you're doing the old man rehab now.
Well, I got no choice. I mean, it got postponed because of COVID.
Sure.
And then after COVID was done, I was able to actually get the surgery done. It's been a long recovery. This
Sure.
one is not. For anybody that's had a rotator cuff repair, I sympathize with you so much. I wouldn't wish this one on my worst enemy.
I was lucky.
It was way worse than the slap repair that I had on my right side.
I was lucky that because I've had 2 done on my right shoulder, but I masturbate with my left hand.
So you're good then.
Yeah, so it was okay. I could handle the rehab because I had that to help relax.
See, I'm married. It's okay.
Well, yeah, good enough. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, I'm doing the same
you,
thing,
baby.
man. I'm rehabbing from all kinds of shit and catching up with all kinds of stuff. I've had more fucking cortisone shots over the last few months than in my entire life, but it works.
Yeah.
This is the longest I've been without a skydive since I started.
How long has it been? It's been like over 6 months, hasn't it?
It's been about, after COVID, I snuck out to the drop zone, made a couple fun jumps because I knew I was going to go down. So I'm like, I'll just deal with the pain for a couple of jumps. I just need to get in the air. So, COVID was shut down in March or so, end of March. And then I made a couple of jumps towards the end of June just to get in the air. And
Sure.
then went under the knife at the end of June. So I haven't
Nice.
jumped since then.
Well, you'll get back in there.
Oh, for sure. I'm
Take your
hoping,
time, though,
I'm
for
hoping
sure.
another month or two and
Nice.
we'll see what happens. I got range of motion, but the strength is still.
Well, and you picked the best
working.
time because especially if you decide you're going to go back out and do competitions and stuff, there's nothing fucking going on, so you're good with that. But speaking of, obviously all the big stuff has been canceled. When does that lineup for competition get started again?
Yeah, so for international competition, the next meet is in Siberia in August of 21. It's the rescheduled Mondial that was supposed to happen in August of this year. And USPA, I think our nationals is October of 21 in Eloy.
In Eloy, nice. In Siberia, how
Yeah, man,
fucking
it's
cool is
crazy,
that,
dude? I'm really excited. I've got my Russian visa already. I'm good to go.
dude? It's wild. I've been into the sport a good chunk of time, but for all the things that I hate about social media, it's turned it into such a fucking worldwide thing. These competitions now and being able to know about them. Because they may have been having competitions there before social media, but I wouldn't have fucking known about it. So how cool is that I'm watching this crazy fucker doing stupid shit, swooping in Copenhagen.
I watched the same thing at
Yeah.
San Diego when they did it in San Diego.
Yeah, and all that amazing stuff. Now,
Yeah.
speaking of that, with those type of competitions, is the USPA going to start having more stuff like that? Because that's, like the freestyle stuff that they did in Copenhagen was a huge success.
So that's also as I understand, that's also an FAI managed circuit of competitions. It's not a USPA thing. They got into, I don't know how it worked. It was done, I think, just as I was taking the job, so I wasn't really in the loops yet. But as I understand it, they deal with the FAI. The FAI chooses the location, or the ISC, the International Skydiving Commission, which is the skydiving arm of the FAI.
Jesus.
They choose the location, and it's set up with the host, and that's that.
Is it something like they do with the Olympics where you've got different locations that are bidding
Yeah.
to have that stuff?
Yeah, even USPA does that. USPA, every year we get bids from drop zones that want to host nationals for the following year or the next year after that, and that is discussed amongst the competition committee, and then a recommendation is put forward, and then the board of directors decides.
I'll tell you what, man, knowing now that that kind of stuff happens and knowing that the Nationals canceled this year and are in a different location next year.
Yeah.
So they were supposed to be in Sebastian this year?
It was in Z Hills.
In Z Hills.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what, I fucking hats off to Z Hills for making the choice they made, knowing that they weren't postponing, but they were giving away Nationals.
So that was a discussion amongst us and USPA and Z Hills of what they would prefer, and I think in the end that they decided that they would rather it be canceled. And I think what'll happen, and this is just looking into the future a little bit, is I expect that coming this January or February, when we have our next board meeting, which is when we vote on the next nationals for 2022,
right,
that Z Hills would get awarded it and to make up for the one they
sure,
lost. So,
which is awesome. It just I think it's really a big testament to them trying to look out for everybody's interests, that they were willing to, because that's, you're talking about an incredible investment.
Huge. It was a decision that we spent hours and days and weeks and months on. I mean, it was not something that we decided, but okay, let's make the decision now. It was let's weigh every pro and con we can. Let's talk to everybody we can. Let's get every opinion, every anything, and then in the end, USPA, because of the way that the process works, we can't really just rescind nationals once it's awarded. We probably could, but we wouldn't. We would never just take it away.
Right.
So it was really us saying, we will support you in whatever decision you guys want. If you guys feel like you can host nationals, we will be there and we'll make it work.
Sure.
If you guys feel like it's not something you can do, let's decide that, and we'll see how to move forward.
Which is awesome.
So it was a tough year. It was a lot of back and forth and a lot of, like you said, like the differing opinions and
sure.
And that went all the way up from general non-competitive skydiver all the way up to board of directors, national director. Everybody had an opinion and it was very heavily contested, like you said.
Sure.
So,
well, I mean, it's nice to see, though, that even though it's split 50-50, a decision can be made. Obviously, we're living in a world where that's not necessarily the case.
No kidding.
So who knew skydivers would show how responsible people do shit?
So it's a weird world we live in now.
Right?
We never have expected that in a million years.
No, not in a million years.
It was a good job by everybody.
Now, speaking of, there's a little bit of a changing of the guard going out your way too, right?
Yeah. Ed Scott, our executive director I think he's been executive director forever. I know this is his 24th year working for USPA, and I don't know how many years as executive director, but a long, long time.
Right.
He announced some time ago that end of 2020 would be his final year, and a huge search. I don't know how it worked, but I would imagine a very big search for his replacement was done. And former PD employee and swooper Albert Berchtold will be our new executive director. I think he actually is officially on the clock now. But he takes over full time. Ed leaves rather. On January 1. So,
man, oh man, I'll tell you, beside the fact that I love Al and I think he's just a great all-around guy and he's been representing the sport in a positive way for as long as I've been in the sport, I think it's fucking hilarious that the new director, I've seen him hammered drunk.
Yeah.
There's something about that. Is the big boss now I've seen stumbling ass fucking drunk, and I've seen him bleeding having done something stupid.
I've heard some stories. Again, being new in the sport, I've heard stories of Albert. And
I was there, and actually I joked around with him about it on the podcast when I had him on when he had an unintentional meeting with a pony brick wall on an off landing. But the cool thing for somebody like Al taking over, not that the previous gentleman didn't, but Al has got very, very relevant real-world experience in what skydiving is going on right now, not just in the general skydiving population, but on the fringes as well. I think he's going to bring something to the table because he's young.
I agree. I've known Albert for basically since I've moved to DeLand, so probably 4, 5, 6, 7 years now, whatever it's been.
Yeah.
And I think it's awesome. I'm excited to work with him and for him. I think, and he's also been a member of the competition committee for longer than I've been in this job. So he's got a very unique. Perspective of competition.
Well, and he did the Florida Swoop League forever.
The FLCPA.
The FLCPA, and he did a great job running it. I remember before he even took over. I remember when he first took it over and watching it grow to what it is now before he handed the reins over to Kurt and Jeannie. And, man, he did an amazing job with that and really brought it up. And the competitor size, doubled, probably even tripled for some meets. And, I mean, he just ran it smooth and had a great atmosphere at the competitions and just a great demeanor about himself and everything. So I think it's going to be a good thing for USPA.
No, I think it's epic. And in fact, in honor of Al, let's pick another fucking hot sauce. Let's do something stupid. Oh, what did you get? The Louisiana. That's actually another tasty sauce.
Yeah,
so this one is not painful, Al. This
4 or 5. This one's for you, Albert.
Yeah, this tasty one is for you. Cheers. Here we go.
Cheers, guys.
All right. Fucking, I'll tell you what, though. I'm going to regret this at about 3 o'clock in the morning.
We all will. Don't worry.
But the people that are going to regret it the most are going to be the passengers in my plane tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Because I fly all fucking day tomorrow.
Not with me in the airplane.
Nope. Well,
It's actually really tasty.
Yeah, that was good.
I know. That
It's
one
got good flavor.
Yeah.
That was
We're
like
gonna-
a number 4 on the show, I think.
We're gonna have to pick one that just kind of sucks for the next one. I really think it's awesome that Al's there, and it's nice to see some fresh blood getting in there. And
I think, like you said, the like knowing cutting edge right now. You know, he's been with PD forever. I think I think he was like 14 or 15, 16 or whatever it was, a long time.
Yep.
Super, and he's a competitor. You know, he actively competes. I talked to him about that. I think like a few weeks ago, whatever it was, like kind of jokingly, like, is this new job going to stop him from competing? And he's like, he's got no intention on stopping competing.
That's
which
fucking
it's
awesome.
like the executive, the highest staff member in USPA, the executive director of USPA, is going to be competing right alongside with the
which is awesome. But
it's amazing.
The way that most people think and feel about the sport, that's how it should be, right?
Yes.
The people that are calling the shots, and for the most part, that's exactly what USPA is. To have them out there doing that as well, your respect level for the entire organization goes through the roof, because you're like, this fucking guy's on the plane right next to me. He's not going to be pushing to implement bullshit that he's not going to like. So, which is awesome.
Totally, I fully agree. I think, and taking nothing away from Ed, because Ed's done an amazing job.
Exactly.
Also, it's just a different. Ed, I think, came from more and I think the time that Ed came in, and this is obviously way before I was in the sport. The time that when he came in, we needed somebody, because as I understand it, Ed came from more the government relations side of things, with the FAA and stuff like that, and I think that at the time that was really important to get us to where we are now, and now that we're at a really solid footing with the FAA, and we've got all our rules and laws and regulations and everything in place, and it's working well and everything. I think now this switch to having a I guess you can call it a more active, more current, whatever you want to call it, skydiver running the show. It's a good time for it, I think.
But I mean, again, hats off to USPA through all their hard work for keeping up such good relations with the FAA, because can you imagine?
That's Randy Ottinger, man. He is the man.
Can you imagine if the FAA had their hands in the whole operation, skydiving as we know it would not exist.
It might not exist, period.
It wouldn't. There's no fucking way it would exist.
It'd be a different world for sure.
When I was at Cross Keys for a while, we had a FISDO, a local FAA guy that didn't really care for us all that much, because, I mean, it's at the time was the biggest party drop zone on the fucking planet. The fire department was coming out to fill up our swoop pond, and it was a little out of control.
That's awesome.
Not to mention, we were flying basically in the Philadelphia approach corridor, so you'd have jets all over the fucking close calls, like some proper close calls. And we had a FISDO come out that was literally going through the Skyvan with a fine-tooth comb. And I remember at one point, the mechanic that was there was exactly what you'd think. He's wearing torn-up cargo shorts and flip-flops and a dirty T-shirt, and not what an FAA guy wants to see is the head mechanic on this plane. And the FAA guy is pointing out that there's no exit sign on the back of the Skyvan, and the mechanic just looks at him straight-faced and goes, "Dude, it's a jump plane."
Yeah. Think we know how to get out, huh?
Which became like the fucking saying for that drop zone for like the next year and a half. I was like, dude, it's a jump plane. But if it weren't for the hard work of the USPA, guys like that would run rampant all over our fucking sport.
Yeah.
And come on, what we do is dangerous. People die. Shit goes wrong. Unfortunately, not great shit happens occasionally, and the FAA has been good enough working with the USPA to go, guys, make sure you're taking care of your toys.
Yeah, I think this is way outside of my area of knowledge or expertise, but we got Randy Ottinger is our director of government relations, and he is. I mean, he is a godsend. He's also going to be leaving us pretty soon, and leaves gigantic shoes to fill. That I don't know who's going to take that job, but that's going to be a very tough one to fill. But
that's not a job I'd want.
Man, I tell you, it's.
I mean, the FAA is hard enough to deal with just as a pilot. All I got to do is cover my own ass. Not.
It's a job we don't want to lose Randy, but another guy that's just been there forever. Time to move on, I guess.
Sure.
Whatever. But
sure.
But he, I mean, the recent success story was the Hawaii thing. They basically tried to shut down the skydiving operations at the Dillingham Airport.
Tell us. I don't know anything about this one.
I don't know much, so I could be wrong. But something along the lines of the United States Army owns the Dillingham Air Force, which is the Air Force Field, which is in Hawaii. I think on the Big Island, or what, it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's in Hawaii, and they wanted to get out of the lease, or they wanted to change something with the lease, or the owners of the lease for the drop zone, and it was just a huge deal. Like it was the biggest. They did thousands of tandems every year. You know, it was a big deal for skydiving in Hawaii. And Randy tirelessly with the FAA and everybody. You'd mentioned the Airport Defense Fund, and that was what made me think of this. Was this was something that we used that to address this problem. And in the end, we ended up working with whoever it was, and saved basically the skydiving. So we saved all the TI's jobs, drops on everybody.
Sure,
is on solid ground now. At least for the time being, as I understand. Again, like it's super vague because I don't know the minute details, but it was something that was a huge deal, and it was something that we spent we as an organization, and Randy and Ed Scott and everybody involved spent a significant amount of time on. And of course, being out in Hawaii makes it not very easy to get to and deal with.
Sure. Well, the cool thing though is knowing that defense fund goes for a pretty high profile drop zone like Hawaii, or it goes for some teeny little one in fucking Idaho.
Yeah, it's not. It's anybody that needs it. And
sorry for anybody that owns a teeny drop zone in Idaho. I didn't mean fucking to be insulting.
I think there's only one.
Well, yeah, there you go.
No, I think I think what. A lot of the stuff that the organization does for the sport in general kind of goes unseen. You know, it's behind the curtain, like you had mentioned earlier. Sure. You know, and it takes some level of personal commitment to get involved and to see the full kind of breadth of what we do. And we've got a staff of 20 or probably 20, 30 people total at work at USPA, and we work full time. I mean, I probably do 50, 60 hours a week. Jesus. Just me. So it's you know, we all work very hard, and we have a huge passion for the sport and our members and everything like that. So it's I love it. It's where I should be. It's where I love the job. I love the people I get to work for.
Nice. So who do I need to call to get all of my awards like all at once?
Stephanie Seidel.
All right, Stephanie, if you're listening to this, I haven't filed for an award for a lot of years, and I want them all.
Yeah.
All my free fall and all my jump, I want them all.
Why are you looking at me as you're saying this?
Because
I'm going to have to sign everything for you.
Yes, absolutely.
It's just one form.
I hate you.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I love you, but I hate you.
You're my fucking go-to. By the way, if your shoulder's feeling better, I desperately need a repack because I haven't been in the air since before COVID, and my rig is way out of date.
Yeah, I can make something like that happen for you.
Enough. Well, you can just talk me through it, right? Can't be that hard.
Just like your mane. Don't worry, buddy.
Piece of cake. All right. All right. So again, this one's a cheers to the USPA. We're gonna have another hot sauce. And did you step it up this time?
This is that pain 100%.
100% pain.
100%. All right. 100% pain. This one's got a little bit of zing to it. Yeah, this one's got some sting to it. All right, here we go. But nobody's gonna react as bad as Olga. You remember that one?
Olga was bashing her head off of my shoulder, my good shoulder, but bouncing her head off of it.
Oh, don't breathe in while you're chewing.
That hurt.
So, for any hot sauce aficionados out there, I'll label it in the credits for this one. Get your hot sauces out and eat along with us. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and fucking go for it. Go for the bad boy.
Oh, come on.
Because it's going to take a while to recover, and we've all decided. So if anybody watches the show Hot Ones, the episode the sauce that everyone hates is the bomb, and I figured out why. The bomb is chemical additives,
pepper extract.
Yeah, so it's ridiculously stupid hot.
Yep.
And not in an even slightly enjoyable way.
No, it tastes terrible. It's meant as a gag. It's a college dorm gag. Like, I bet you can't handle this, and nobody can handle it.
Well, and it's not even 200,000 Scoville units, but it's what they put in it that's just stupid. I'm good. I'm just going to sit and sip my wine.
Yeah, I think it's 135,000 Scoville, something
Yeah,
like
it's-
that.
it's not that fucking strong.
It's the extract that makes it bad.
So, Junior, I'm going to let you do this, but be smart.
Fuck, dude.
Be smart. So we're
I need
putting.
a second from that one. Jesus.
Well, we're not going to do it right now, but we're going to do Godslayer next.
Fuck.
I don't know why I listened to you and did the orange juice. That's made it worse.
Well, we're 40 minutes into the podcast, so this will give us time to relax a little bit from that one, do the Godslayer, die on the mic, and then say goodbye. So, Junior, are you going to keep competing once you're back and healthy? Because you haven't competed since
Copenhagen, huh?
Copenhagen, right?
No, after Copenhagen, I did one normal swoop competition, which was the Ukrainian Nationals.
How'd you do?
2 years ago. Not too bad. I took third in speed and fourth overall.
Nice.
Missed out on third by 0.2 of a point or something like that.
Nice.
But I would love to start competing again. I just got to see what I can do with the shoulder, because being able to lean forward and really rotate my arm and lean in the canopy
Sure.
For distance is something that I've got to be able to do.
What about a mutant?
Yeah, I've been talking to with Kelly Farrington at Velocity Sports Equipment, and we've been talking about possibly doing some kind of harness, something that's similar to the mutant that I can fly for speed and hopefully for distance.
For old broken crippled guys like you.
Yeah, as long as I don't make myself more cripple.
Fair enough. Actually, I wanted to ask you too. So you were part of the project that filmed what is, at least for now, the smallest parachute ever to be landed.
Yes.
You've now heard, of course, that they are planning on trying to bust that. He wants his record back.
Yep, I've heard. I've heard a
smaller
little
can
bit
you go?
about that.
Right? That's what I was saying. I think
it was 35, right?
35, and they're going for 34 or 33 square feet.
Jesus,
Yeah, all the power to him. Sitting with Ernesto through the entire project of the 35, it was amazing. It was amazing to be a part of the project. We've said it before when you actually talked to Ernesto on the podcast. I mean, it was insane watching that 35 laid out on top of, I think it was a 64 that I was flying, the 64 Petra, and seeing the two of them laid out on top of each other was insane.
Now, what was I have to ask though, because as impressive as it is to land a parachute that's small, you were keeping up with him flying on that 60-something square foot canopy. How much lead did you have on?
I was loaded. I had about 40-something pounds on. I was loaded at 4.0.
So technically, you had a higher wing loading than he had.
No, he still had a little bit higher. He was at, I think, 4.3
4.7 or something.
4.3 or 4.6. But I was at 4.0 on the 64. Man, I'll tell you what, those canopies love to fly with that wing.
Oh, I bet. I'm still, for as intrigued as I am with jumping the Petra, I know I'm not current enough to jump something like that, but from the way everybody talks about how they open and how they fly and how they land, my mouth waters at the idea of doing it, but I'm smart enough at this age to know, unless you're going to be on it all the time, I got no business on that wing.
Well, Steve's actually been on a jump with me where I was loaded up at 6.69.
Yeah.
What?
I took Nicole on a Mr. Bill on the 57 Petra.
Oh, well, there you go.
So we were
I flew
flying.
that wingsuit with him.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was. I've never seen anything like it in the air, and we had like 3 or 4 wingsuiters with us, I think, and all of us were like,
They were
"What
struggling.
the
You having to
hell?"
work to keep up?
They were having to work
it was,
for it.
It was very challenging, but man, it was wild.
You must have been terrified of the opening, though.
Oh, I mean, the opening was horrible. On one of the
One of
first,
them, it was really bad.
yeah, on one of the first jumps we did, it spun, and at one point, Nicole got thrown off, and she got thrown off above where we were. Like the canopy did about a rotation and a half, and she lost control, but she actually went up while I was still going down.
And then you had the pilot shoot in tow on like the 3rd or 4th
Oh, I
jump.
forgot about that too. Yeah, I had a slight
Like
pilot
a
shoot in
good,
tow
like,
when I
2
when I
seconds or
deployed.
so.
2 seconds. It was a hard opening for sure. I don't know how. Man,
Her neck, man. All I remember in the video was her neck getting snapped backwards on the opening, and I was like, "Holy
my
shit!"
wife has got some strength to her,
How's
man.
she-
I don't mess
man.
around with that
It's a
woman.
strong neck.
She's a strong woman.
Yeah, I'm actually supposed to hopefully talk to Luigi coming up and because I'm really interested to hear the thought processes that go into this, and I'll be lucky enough to talk to more people from NZ Aerosports, and because I really want to talk to designing, because I know just enough to know how little I know. But I know that downsizing a canopy is not just making it smaller. No. There's so fucking much that goes into it. Huge, yeah. And I have to I can
be careful.
Yeah,
bro.
Don't just fucking
put that on the thing and
gotcha.
Don't touch your fit. That right there.
Like
yeah.
Seriously, dude, be careful. That is the hottest hot sauce.
Probably
ever.
Be wearing.
That's way enough.
You should probably be wearing gloves to do that.
See?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to keep my nose from running away
this,
right now.
This is, I think it's Wiltshire Farms is who makes this one. I can't remember who it is. It doesn't even say on the label.
Yeah, no, it just says Godslayer. It's the least appealing bottle you've ever seen.
The one that's above the regret. Is worse than this. It's a full blacked out label, and it's...
Yep. Yeah, well, they even
say... Is it one that just has a symbol on it?
Well, yeah,
like
it says regret. Yeah, Yeah, it's going to be bad.
Oh, Jesus.
That's going to be bad.
Why do we do this to ourselves?
Because we're idiots, clearly. Which, again, is why being a skydiver, knowing that skydivers are the ones designing these amazing canopies, I always think that they're like me, right? But clearly they're dramatically more intelligent than me to figure out
These guys are engineers, right? I mean,
yeah. But I always want to ask them, like, really? How the fuck? And then I was lucky enough to talk to Chris Stewart just recently and to ask him, I mean, the balls you got to have on you to be the first guy to jump a fucking new parachute. Yeah. And I talked to Attila as well from NZ Aerosports, and he told me about his one bad one, which when you tell the story sounds sketchy, but then he sent me the video.
Yeah, whole different perspective.
Holy motherfucker! And of course, we all know that the video never does what's going on justice, but it at least gives you a good figure. Yeah, you can kind of figure it out. But so, I'm not really sure when he's supposed to be doing this. But have you heard any more about the new record that they're going to try and do?
I haven't heard much about it. I was talking to Ernesto about it a little bit last time I talked to him.
How's he feel about that Luigi's going to go take his record back?
He's all for it.
That's what records are for.
Yeah, they're meant to, and that's what Ernesto would say as well, and that's what Luigi said when Ernesto took it from him, is that records are meant to be broken, and Ernesto did it. He did an amazing job with it, and now that somebody wants to turn around and Luigi wants to turn around and take the record back. Sure. I mean, all the power to him. I hope, knowing Luigi, that he's training hard, physically as well as jumping wise, and that he's ready to go for it, and that he's smart about it. For sure. Well, I mean, I don't think you get to where he's at and have done the things that he's done without making sure you've got your head screwed on straight. Yeah. Yep. That's still, I mean, fucking hell. That's such a teeny little parachute. Yeah, I'd be interested to see who he's got working with him for the team, right? Working alongside him, because I mean, it's a lot of trust. They better be some big motherfuckers on little canopies. Yeah, for sure. They better be. I mean, I think that's super cool. Now, you do the competition stuff as well, but does USPA have any kind of stance on when it starts to get that aggressive? I mean, because I know that USPA won't really talk about or endorse stuff like base jumping and all that because it's kind of out of their venue. Yeah. But when we're talking about stuff that's this risky and this, cutting edge and hardcore, do they take a stance, or do they just say, all right, here they go? I would say from my perspective, so I do all the records too. So like when you're saying, from the administrative side of competition and records, I think this is exactly what I would want to see happen. As I would want to see, Ernesto or Luigi set the record, then Ernesto broke it, and then the back and forth. That's what we want to see from the administrative side, and we see that pretty often with any record, large commercial record, whatever it is, that one group breaks it, next group goes back, and they kind of get a little rivalry going on. Sure. And it's good for the sport, especially something this high profile and really there's not a lot of people in the world that can do this. Sure. So it's what we want to see. And so I think, obviously it won't be done in the United States, so it's really outside of my jurisdiction or whatever, but I wouldn't say anything, I would just trust that it would be done safely and with records, and I don't know how, it's a Guinness record, I would think, right? But I would guess that he's going to do a Guinness record. I mean, the last one was a Guinness. It could be an official an unofficial world record otherwise, right?
There's nothing we hate more than saying unofficial world record.
Yeah, it's a
'cause
bunch
that
of
means
bullshit.
It's just a jump.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it'll be a Guinness record, so they have their own requirements or whatever. But like I know the FAI and USPA, like there can't be any injuries on a record jump. Like so it's like it has to be a clean jump across the board. So like that as long as that stuff is met, you know, we're pretty clear in our rule book of what qualifies for a record and what doesn't, and what the how to set them and all that. And as long as those rules are followed, then
Awesome.
I'm good to go. I think it's amazing.
How many times do you have to turn down people's records because they don't follow the rules properly?
Fairly often, I'd say. And I just happened to get one the other day that I have to say no to, unfortunately. So it's I hate being the bad guy, but the one word I would give to USPA members is read the rules.
Now, I actually have a question for you, and you're the exact guy to ask. So you've got the speed records and the distance records and all this stuff for canopy piloting, but you've also got a different altitude at every fucking drop zone that these are happening on. So is there an asterisk? This
There's
is
not.
really
Nope. So this or I guess 2019 is the perfect example because they had the
Pretoria.
They had the World Cup in South Africa. at
Shout
like,
out to Billy Sharman.
I think like 4,500 altitude, 4,500 feet.
So you're gonna have records.
and they did. They I think they set all the records or just about.
Yeah, the only time that they'll put an asterisk if it's with old rules.
So
Like Nick Batch set a record with the old speed rule, or sorry, with the old distance rules where there was no drag required, and that record, I think that's still, it might be the furthest, or it might have finally been broken, but for the longest time that was the longest.
So typically,
Versus
how
what
like in the USA, how it works is, if a rule that a record is set on, so Nick's record, if that rule changes, like now there's a new requirement, there's a water drag requirement or whatever it may be, that those rules or those old records are retired. And
Okay, so that's what it
and
is.
and basically you have a clean slate, so the next person to set the longest distance at a competition following these new rules gets the record.
I don't know how I don't know how I feel about that in regard to the altitude and the condition stuff, because now with all those records having been smashed at almost 5,000 feet above sea level, they're never going to be beaten unless it's at a drop zone at an equal or higher altitude.
Well, they used to have, back in the day, I think it was 2010 maybe, don't quote me on that, 2011, somewhere in there, they did the PD something, put on your big boy panties, rule-breaking competition that they did in Mile High. They brought judges out, and they did a competition.
I think that was just in prep
just
for,
to break records.
In Minden. Was it Minden?
in Longmont, I think. wasn't
Longmont.
it?
Oh, Mile High.
Mile
Okay,
High,
okay, in Colorado.
That's where Warren Cleary wound up taking a bad hit and wound up paralyzed from a bad hit on accuracy.
I mean, really, you're going to end up the next big fucking records are going to be set at Skydive Everest because it's the only fucking base camp that's going to be fast enough.
I just got a really big smile on my face when you said that.
Yeah, no doubt. Although you'd be swooping a fucking 170.
Yeah.
They'd have to make a Petra 170 to land there. It's having watched that operation go and watched, I think it was a 190, either a 170 or a 190 that the camera flyer was coming in on and going, oh, they're moving.
Yeah.
They're fucking moving because the elevation's almost 15,000 feet. It's fucking, it's fucking fast.
Yeah, but to your point, you're not wrong, But it comes down to an administrative perspective. Like, how do you So I'm a wing scooter, and I think I still hold a current record at the FAI level of the longest distance flown in a wingsuit in competition or something like that. It's been broken 15 times since then, but nobody's filed for it, so I still have the record. But like a very similar thing with wingsuiting is like, it's wind assisted and canopy piloting too for distance, right? Like like having a tailwind is beneficial.
Sure.
So how do you differentiate from a right at limits tailwind to a headwind?
Sure.
Really, in the end, it comes down to that there are rules with regards to competition.
Sure.
And as long as those rules are followed, and one of those rules is a location, you got to have it somewhere. And
sure.
We can't say where or when.
I would almost think the wind thing. Obviously, you'd never be able to. Okay, there's the record for this much of a downwind or that or whatever. You'd never be able to do that. But I would almost think that you would bracket it off as This is the speed record set from a 0 to 1,000 foot elevation.
Can you imagine how many records you'd be?
But then you're going to have whatever that record is going to be at the 1,000. It's going to be at 1,000 feet or whatever. It's going to be at whatever you set those barriers, boundaries in. It's going to be at the highest.
It's
possible.
too
So
bad.
it's
It's too bad. There's not a way to do the calculation and no matter what, like this sea level jump is the record.
So we have some super intelligent folks in the wingsuit community, and one of them was able to figure out a pretty. It's not foolproof, but it's pretty close. A way to take the. We use fly sites. I don't know if you know what a fly site is. Like a GPS data logger, basically.
Right.
You take your jump and it can strip away the winds from your jump, so you can see kind of normalized performances, which enabled us to kind of have regional competitions that weren't everybody at the same place. Like I could do a jump in Florida, a guy could do a jump in California, and so on and so on.
Sure.
And we can mostly compare the two. Or those jumps against each other, so it's like you're saying, like basically like a way to normalize the canopy piloting stuff, and it's just not possible, right? You're changing the entire environment.
I suppose that's getting too nitpicky as well. That's
what it is. It just comes down to like you're not wrong. Like I think we'll see these records that were set in South Africa stand for quite a while.
Yeah,
they were pretty significantly farther and faster than
and they were getting broken literally jump to jump.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, as they would be.
Yeah.
People are like, "Yeah, I'm a world record," and then the next jump they're like, "Oh,
that's right." I think Greg Windmiller held
"Yeah, I'm a world record," and the next one is like, "Oh,
I
damn."
think Greg Windmiller held a record for like half a round or something. Like he broke the record, and then somebody later in that same round broke his record.
Well, I mean, it's a trip too, but that's also kind of the nature of the sport, right? Because
it's what it is.
I mean, if I took a swoop that I could go do tomorrow as an amateur swooper on a not particularly hardcore canopy, could smash records that were set when you guys first started doing all that stuff. So I guess it's
you
all
look
relative.
at the Peregrines and Petras to the. I mean, what was it? What was the last generation? Valkyries and Comp
and Velos.
It was Comp Velos and JVXs.
And JVXs.
Yeah.
Like, they're completely different parachutes, right?
Yes.
They are. You can do. I mean, I fly a Valkyrie, or flew a Valkyrie, anyways. And going from that to even from the Velo, it was like, this is like just a completely different beast.
Absolutely.
And of course it goes, and so the next generation of parachutes is going to be better than the Petras and the Peregrines.
I can't even imagine what comes next. I cannot even fucking imagine.
Something will, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, they're not slowing down on innovation, and nobody seems to be wanting to go slower.
No,
so
we all want to go faster.
Yeah, everybody,
farther.
all the high end stuff. I mean, I think eventually you're gonna push a button, your canopy's gonna pop off your back, and you're gonna take off from the ground, fly up to altitude, and then go back into free fall.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah,
I hope so. Like Star Trek style, eh?
Yep, pretty much.
All right, we're gonna kill ourselves.
Dude.
Yep. All right, so we're about 56 minutes into the podcast. So we're gonna end on this.
I've been gentle. I've been gentle with it.
All right. Does this one have any on it?
Yeah, it's right there. It's
okay.
I was gentle.
Okay, so this one goes out to everybody, right? So this will go out to the USPA, to the records. This is going to go out to Al.
Yeah, Albert.
Stay away from short brick walls.
Stephanie.
Yeah. To Stephanie, to everybody at the USPA. This goes out to Luigi.
Yeah.
This goes out to all of them.
Nicole, you got to do Nicole.
Yeah. Got to go. Shout out to the wife.
We may not be able to speak after this, so gentlemen, cheers and blue skies. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Fuck me. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can really feel it.
Oh, that's not nice.
Nope. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Oh, man. This is the second time I've seen you silence for some reason.
Yep. All right. Thanks once again for joining us for another edition of Lunatic Fringe Into the Void. Brought to you as always by the greatest magazine in the known universe,
Blue Skies Magazine.
Blue Skies Magazine. Go to blueskiesmag.com to subscribe to the magazine.
I like that he said, "Is there any on this?" And look at that.
Yeah. To check out all that cool shit. By pussfoot.com. It's an extreme collective. Go check it out. It's really cool. By me, the fucking pilot, fuckingpilot.net. I wrote some books. Thanks. We'll see ya. Bye. Bye.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah. Salute. Cheers. Cheers, guys.
Oh, shit.
Damn.